Welcome back to Out and About. Today we're still discussing the findings and the process surrounding the Community Visioning Project of Nashville Pride. We just left off talking about how we gathered the information. I mentioned I was part of one of the cafe discussions. Brent, you did the online survey?
Yeah, I did the online survey. I mean, it's pretty much what it sounded like. It was very easy to get through, very simple. I didn't have a chance to get to one of the meetings, but I know that you did, and
Right.
so we had a chance to talk about that, and I remember you sharing some of your stories with me about, I think you had taken a friend with you who wasn't necessarily very active in the community.
Right, that's right. No names mentioned.
No names mentioned, but was able to provide a unique perspective, which was nice. There was something else, I remember you telling me that you felt like there was a nice cross-section in the room, and I think that had always been one of the issues we had was getting people there. So I guess kudos to you for that. And how did you do it? Was there free pizza?
Yeah,
was there a gift card?
None of that, actually.
Yeah, how did you get the people, and then who came?
You know, we did have obviously snacks on the table.
I remember that. Yes.
But really, this was an opportunity for people to give their feedback of what was needed in the community, from services all the way down to just social activities, and so I think that people really just wanted their voice heard.
Good.
Right? And
Good.
that was what was exciting about this. Everyone had an opportunity to share what they felt.
Good.
Whether it was positive, negative, neutral, you had an opportunity to share. And someone was listening to you, and what you shared was going to go back as part of this data collection work that we were doing.
Right.
So.
Yeah, people were happy to be there.
Yeah.
They wanted to be part of the data.
Yeah.
So who showed up? How many participants were there over these 7 months, right? Is that how long we're talking about?
7 long months.
And we're talking volunteer facilitators, volunteer scribes. You need to go to the website and pull up this YouTube. There's a lot of stuff to look at. So who showed up? What are the numbers? And give us an idea of the demographics as I search for my sheet on the demographics.
We had just under 2,500 people participate. Just under 2,300 of those identify as LGBTQIA+. So that was really great to hear, that we had such a wide swath of participants.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I am. We know what all of the letters mean, but for somebody listening tonight that maybe is not familiar with the last few that have been added on, please, if you don't mind sharing what those mean.
So obviously lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, and asexual.
Got it. Okay.
Do you ever get backlash from the old gays that they don't want to talk about all the other letters after the T?
Good question. Yes and no. I think that there's certain people in the community that don't really understand or want to use the other letters, but times are changing.
They are changing, but gosh,
thing.
we get used to, I mean, I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, I think we all are.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask too. So I knew what they meant, but I don't necessarily always say all of them. So
I found myself, as we were writing this report, that there would be times just in typing LGBT or LGBTQ, so we had to go through and make sure that we were using the correct letters throughout.
And I said this before we started taping. When we stood up and gave our introductions, they asked for your pronouns.
Yep.
I've never done that before, and I've since told about 2,800 people that, not that many, that I wasn't used to that, and I feel so old and ancient. But this was my comment on it. We were in a room with 50 like-minded people, for lack of a better word. Aren't we safe? And so if I say to you, if I use the wrong pronoun, can't you say to me, whoa, I identify, is that okay?
Absolutely. I mean, I use the pronouns he and him, but I'm friends with and know many people who identify or use the term, use they or their. And if I say the wrong pronoun, they kindly correct me. And you have to come from this place of being able and willing to be corrected.
Yeah, and you have to be open to the correction.
Right, and be graceful about it.
Right.
I think that if you were doing it maliciously, like if you
got it wrong on purpose,
and then continued to do it time and time again, then that's a different story. And that's
then you'd probably be in the legislature and you wouldn't have been at the event. I'm sorry.
Well,
or just you need to look at your heart. Right?
Take a look at your heart. There you go.
It did make me aware, certainly, that this group thought it was important, and I don't know that I always thought. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was interesting for me. Okay, so we talked about how many people we've heard from, 2,276 in real numbers. The demographics, I'll just run through: 51% female, 40% male, 9% non-binary. We had 32% gay, 26% lesbian, 17% bisexual. I mean, you can go on and on. Most participants lived over half in Davidson County. How'd you get the word out?
A lot of it was social media. You know, the benefit of having Pride as our support mechanism in getting the message out is that, you know, Pride has reach all throughout Middle Tennessee. We had great partners in this project as well, from the local publications to media outlets to our local LGBT organizations. All of them stepped up to the plate in some way, shape, or form to help get the word out to their audiences.
I remember seeing it being posted in all of the sort of the local Facebook groups that I'm a member of too. I was glad to see that everywhere, and people were encouraging folks there.
So we have to break, and then we will get to actually what we wanted. But were you happy with the participation numbers?
I was. You know, we went into this with the goal of talking to 2,000 people, and so the fact that we were able to exceed that goal,
that's a good sample,
and then some, is really encouraging.
Okay, so don't go away. When we come back, we will get the data from Nashville Pride's Community Visioning Project. Stay with us.